First up for what to read next for kids, we have Up, 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 Down by Kimberly Gee. It's perfect for kids from birth to the age of 2. It covers a lot of those opposites, introduces, the entire idea of opposites to kids, like up and down, hurry up, slow down. Perfect song to go with this if you're doing this for story time is Opposites Are Fun by Barbara Milne. Next up, we have My Voice is a Trumpet by country musician Jimmie Allen. This book is perfect for kids from birth to age 7. For the older kids, it's the perfect book to have the kids practice their read out loud skills with you. Now, in My Voice is a Trumpet, it basically takes you to the different types of voices, and it shows that whether your voice is soft or loud and brassy, if you have a message and if you have something to say, you should be proud and say it loud. We have Carry On, Reflections for a New Generation by John Lewis. The intended audience is basically kids between the ages of 8 and 12, but I really think that this is a book that people of all ages can really get good meaning out of. So in this particular book, John Lewis talks about different events from his life and ties it into different principles and just kind of inspiration and motivation for kids to stand tall and fight for things that they believe in. Next up is actually one of my favorite new releases this week. It's called Up All Night, 13 Stories Between Sunset and Sunrise. It's edited by Laura Silverman. Its targeted audience is basically teens and young adults, but I honestly think that it was an entertaining read for me. What I like about short story collections is that, whether you have a little bit of time or a lot, you can get into a really good story. And I have to say that in this particular collection, there isn't a bad one in there. And it has really great character development, and it really touches on some themes that may hit a little bit harder for people who are in their late teens, but overall it's a great collection. First up in what to read next for grown folks, we have While We Were Dating by Jasmine Guillory. This is a perfect beach read. It is fun, it is light, it has great plot. Jasmine Guillory is really good as far as her characters' interior monologues and with that dialogue, and a nice, cute story about a charming ad executive and the stunning actress that he manages to charm. But it's a really great story, like anytime you have the meet cute and the romance and drama that ensues, it's just, ultimately a fun read. I Have Nothing to Hide and 20 Other Myths About Surveillance and Privacy by Heidi Bogassian really has the answer to the question, why should I care about privacy and surveillance if I have nothing to hide? It turns out that the answer is a whole lot, because one of those entire problems with ignorance of the law is no excuse is if there are so many laws that a federal prosecutor could probably indict a ham sandwich, and you have Alexa snitching can lead to, some very expensive legal bills. So a great book to pick up and just kind of learn about the importance of privacy and surveillance as far as what the government can do and with what private companies can do with that information. Whether you're currently the parent of a school-aged child or you happen to be one in the past, I think you'll definitely appreciate Yoga Pant Nation by Laurie Gelman. This is another great beach read that takes you through the life of an older mom and younger grandmom who babysits her grandchild while also navigating the many obligations and responsibilities of a working parent who is also running things for the PTA and babysitting her grandchild. As a big Star Wars fan, I am not ashamed to admit that my absolute favorite new release of this week is Secrets of the Force, the complete, uncensored, unauthorized oral history of Star Wars by Edward Gross and Mark A. Altman. It takes you behind the scenes of the production and the reception of the entire Star Wars universe. We're talking A New Hope. We are talking the prequel trilogy that I prefer not to speak about. We're talking the animated series and the last 3 movies. Basically, if it's Star Wars, it is covered in this book. It has a lot of really good insight from members of the cast as well as members of the crew. So it's not often that I get to say that I've found the perfect beach read for people who are into history, science, or true crime, but it turns out with The Icepick Surgeon, Murder, Fraud, Sabotage, Piracy, and Other Dastardly Deeds Perpetrated in the Name of Science by Sam Kean, this one's it. I think that the title of the book really covers the content of it, but when I'm saying that, it's a great beach read, it's covering a very heavy topic in a lighthearted but duly respectful way.